everyone, welcome to a new vlog. It's actually really nice outside, so our temperature finally broke so we can go outside, so it's only like minus 15 or something like that. So the doggies are out playing, but I went to the gym yesterday. I finished The Girl in the Tower, and then I went to the gym this morning. My trainer did this thing where he took a deck of cards and assigned a specific workout to that deck of cards, and then whatever number was on the card was the amount you had to do them. So if you got like a 10 of diamonds, you would have to do like 10 burpees. So I'm kind of exhausted, but that's why I look like this. So I'm gonna take a shower, get myself all put together, have a decent breakfast, film my weekly wrap-up because I have the 4 books that I finished, and then keep working. I started this morning right before I left for the gym, An Alchemy of Masks and Mirrors by Curtis Craddock. So I'm only like a couple pages in, but and then I'm going to work on that, try and finish that today because that would be really, really cool. And then hopefully get to the Wicked Deep tomorrow, but we'll see. So yeah, it is Saturday evening, and I actually got a lot done today. So I filmed my wrap-up video, I've edited it now, and I've got it scheduled to go up. I went to the gym today. I took the dogs for a good long walk because it's finally nice weather here, and I finished, well, I started and finished An Alchemy of Masks and Mirrors by Curtis Craddock, and yeah, so I was gonna originally be like, oh, depending on what time it is when I finish it, maybe start Wicked Deep, but it's almost 10 o'clock or so now, and I think I'm just gonna watch some like episode of Bones or something like that, or maybe I'll watch Veronica Mars. I don't know, just watch some TV and just relax for the evening and get a good night's sleep. And tomorrow, I was originally going to go to yoga, but I just had such a serious workout with my trainer today, and it's like a relaxing yoga. It's not like an upbeat yoga. So I was like, I'm just going to take this Sunday off because I did the gym on Friday, did it today, and then I'm doing it on Monday as well. And then on Wednesdays, I go twice. So I'm okay with taking one day off. So yeah, that's my Saturday. I hope you had a decent Saturday as well. Hey everyone, it is Sunday, oh, well, just barely afternoon. It's almost still the morning. I woke up and took the dogs out for a walk and made French toast for breakfast and had some raspberries. And I watched the Jenna and Julian podcast, the new one, because they're finally back from holidays. She's like, I absolutely love Jenna Marbles and Julian Solomita. They're so good. And, yeah, so I just got back from taking the dogs out for a walk, and now I'm going to get started trying to read, oh, I don't know if you can see it, The Wicked Deep, the e-arc I got this week, and I am just so excited about it. I finished the, An Alchemy of Masks and Mirrors, so I'm fitting it in here, and, yeah, I'm just super excited to give it a go. Hopefully, I don't know that I'll be able to finish it today. It's not a long book. This is just a new format for me, so I don't know how it's going to be, how fast I'm going to be able to read it on an iPad. So, hey everyone, it is Sunday evening. I actually managed to finish The Wicked Deep. I mean, it's not a super long book, but so I managed to read it with a couple interruptions from my dogs in between to go out in about 5 hours, and it made me cry at the end, in a good and a bad way. It's sweet and heartbreaking, and yeah. So, I'll do a review. I have to find out exactly how much I'm allowed to say exactly, because it is an arc. I know I'm not allowed to quote anything, but I'm really happy that I enjoyed the book. Yeah, I'm excited for it to come out in March. And I'm definitely going to get my physical copy, because it's so pretty, the cover, oh my god. And it was a pretty good debut I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, that was my Sunday, and I finished 2 books this weekend, which I'm really happy with. So I think I'm just going to chill out and watch a little bit of TV maybe, and make some dinner, and, you know, get a good night's sleep, and get everything going for tomorrow. I already have my books set aside. I'm thinking I want to try and read An Alchemy, or A Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter on Monday. It's not too long, so I think I'll be able to do it on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to, if I didn't finish Strange Case, finish it there, and then try and read one of the middle grade books that I have. And then on Wednesday, I want to start The Rebels of Gold, the 3rd book in the Loom Saga series. And then on the Thursday, I want to read the other middle grade book that hopefully I'll be able to get to. And then on Friday, I want to try and finish The Rebels of Gold, because it is a thicker book. And I'll be pretty happy if I get all that done. And if I get even more done, that's great too. So yeah, that was my weekend. Hey everyone, it is actually Tuesday. I don't think I vlogged yesterday. Nothing happened until like the very end of the evening when I finished the book. But yesterday I finished The Strange Case of the Alchemist's Daughter, and I had like a mini panic attack at the end because Goodreads has it labeled as a standalone. And then I wandered around on the internet and found the author's website and confirmed there is a sequel coming in 2018, which I'm really happy about now. I also spent money that I definitely shouldn't have on Indigo because they had a sale on like 30% off pre-orders. So, but I limited myself to just 4 books, which I was happy with. And then today they continued that sale, but also changed the website for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to be no limit or no minimum for free shipping. So then naturally I had to order more books today. Today started out really good. I opened my like NetGalley account and I got approved for like 8 or 9 arcs today, which I was like really happy about. And then I went and checked my Edelweiss. I think that's how you say it. And I got denied like everything HarperCollins and Balzer or Brazer, whatever it is. And they were like, I got denied for like every most anticipated book that I had, especially Heretics Anonymous. That book is literally me. Like, I went to Catholic high school, was an atheist, and it's like my entire family is non-religious, and had to find like these little like pockets of people that I could connect with. And I was so heartbroken. Like, I was DMing the author on Twitter, and like, I'm just so heartbroken. And then someone on a group that I'm in said they actually just got approved for it. I'm so sad. I so desperately want that book. I hope they make like physical arcs and I can find a way to like convince someone to send it to me because I'm so desperate to read that book. It's like literally me. There are very few books with atheist characters in general, so I'm just kind of really disappointed. I'm super bummed now. I had a really good day until I saw that. I mean, I got rejected for like Dread Nation and all those ones, which I'm really excited to read eventually too, but I was so, looking forward to Heretics Anonymous. I'm so disappointed. So, this morning, though, before work, I was able to get 80 pages into, I think it's about 80 pages, of The Rebels of Gold by Elise Kova. My books are around here somewhere. I'm just too lazy to pick them up. I was going to continue working on that or grab one of the middle grade books that I picked up last week. However, one of the arcs that I got approved for, like I said, I got approved for a bunch of them, and a couple of them are in February, and early February, and so I want to get them done now. And one of them is the sweetest kind of Fate, I think it's called. It's the second book in the Wind City Magic series, and it comes out February 13th, I think it is. And I really, really enjoyed the first one, and I actually got approved for the arc. So I'm going to actually start reading that tonight, because there's kind of a deadline on that, whereas the library books, no, they're out. I can renew them up to like 3 times. I'll get to them probably next week or the week after. I really, really want to read that. So I'm going to start The Sweetest Kind of Fate, and hopefully it'll lift me up after. I'm so disappointed. I want to read Heretics Anonymous so badly. But, yeah, I'll work my way as much as I can through The Sweetest Kind of Fate and make dinner and hang out with the dogs and do laundry, because I realized this morning when I was trying to get dressed for work that, like, I have not done laundry in an awful long time, because I have like no work clothes left. So yeah, but that's my Tuesday. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I totally forgot to like kind of wrap yesterday evening up. I'm getting bad at this. But I started and finished The Sweetest Kinds of Fate by Kristen Sestari. It was a sequel to the book that I read last year, and I think it's ending at that. It's not going to be a trilogy or anything. So it's a cute, fun read, and now I'm done the duology. Now I can like put it off my mind for a little bit and just enjoy it to reread. Right now I have gone back to The Rebels of Gold, and I'm still working my way through it. I'm almost at about, I think, the third of the way through mark. It's just a bigger book, so I'm taking my time going through it, and it's the end of a trilogy I really enjoyed, so I'm kind of sad it's ending. But I'm getting ready for work. I'm going makeup free today because my eyes and my skin just feel super dry, so I'm just gonna give it the day off. Once I come home, I have yoga in the gym. I don't know if I'm going to go to yoga just because I also have my personal training session, but we'll see. But I'm just gonna come home and keep working my way through The Rebels of Gold as I can. And I got a nice surprise this morning. I got an email that I got approved for a couple more arcs. One of them being Slight by Jennifer Summerbree, I think it is. It sounds interesting. I'm just not always sold on the carnival thing. I liked The Night Circus and Carvel, and then like didn't really like Daughter of the Burning City. So hopefully I can figure out if I'm going to enjoy it or not. I'm also not sure if it's standalone or a series. The cover just looks really cool and the summary sounds interesting. So if I like it, and depending on when I finish it, it's a part of the Indigo pre-order sale right now. So maybe I'll be able to buy it new and get it on discount, but we'll see. And then I also got approved for a book called The Camp of, where's my iPad? So it's a book called The Lost Girls of Camp Forevermore by Kim Fu, and it sounded like it takes place outside, and I don't know if it's like set in Canada or outdoorsy, but I got the sense that it's very that has a diverse cast. So I'm really curious, and hopefully it does, because we're trying to hopefully it does, because then it would fit into what we're looking for work, for collection building, which I would really, really like, because it's getting harder and harder. We found titles to begin with, and now we're just trying to find new ones. So hopefully that'll fit. But yeah, that's my Wednesday. Hey everyone, happy Wednesday evening. I actually ended up going to yoga, and then I had my personal training session. It was hard because I was pretty done after yoga, but got that done and came back, and I made a bunch of like kind of stir-fry-ease, like shrimp, and like cooked some veggies and made some rice. So now I have like meals for a couple days, which I'm pretty happy about because I spent money today on lunch, which I shouldn't have. Oh, I'll also make sure to link it in the description box down below. My friend Meg passed along a pre-order swag thing to me that is international for Daughter of the Siren Queen, which I am obviously pre-ordered. So I was able to submit my name for that, and you get a book plate and a bookmark, I think, which is always nice. And actually, I think my first one has a book plate from Alcred, so I'll actually have that entire duology signed, which is awesome. I also had like an amazing thing happen today. I got like rejected, like I said yesterday, for a batch of arcs of like really anticipated books that I wanted, and I randomly found a way to re-request it and just literally put in the explanation on Edelweiss of like, please, I'm a librarian, like I really want a copy, pretty please. And then they changed the denial to approval for Heretics Anonymous and Dread Nation. So now I'm so excited to read those. I'm going to try and read Heretics Anonymous actually this weekend. I'm just so beyond excited for that book. And I'll work Dread Nation in probably the last week or so of the month or the beginning of March. So I've got a schedule. I got to approve for a bunch of other arcs today too. So I've got to work a schedule so that I can get everything read, which I think I'll be able to do. I just need to make sure, because there's like books that I have that don't come out till August, and then books that come out like the end of February. So I need to get that organized. But I actually started and finished the preview excerpt I got of Sight Witch by Susan Dennard, and it's only about half of the book from the page number that I see online, but the ending made me pretty excited. I mean, I'll talk more about my review, but the ending made me pretty excited to get my final copy of it. Yeah, so I think tomorrow in the morning and everything, getting ready for work, I'm going to keep working on the Rebels of Gold, and then I think I'm going to start, I don't even know who the author was, I can't honestly remember it, but this book called The Pact, this arc that I got approved for, I think I'm going to try it tomorrow. I'm not normally a big fan of like mystery thrillers, but the summary just sounded interesting, so I'm going to give it a go. And yeah, it's like almost midnight now, so I'm just going to finish eating my veggies here, and then pass out with the dogs. So I hope you had a good Wednesday. Hey everyone, it is Thursday evening. I just got back from the library. I went after work and dropped off a couple books that I had to return, and picked up a bunch of holds that I had that came in all at once, which once again is super nice because it's all the way on the other side of the city. I was originally going to read like an ebook or whatever today, but I'm like just working my way pretty steadily through the Rebels of Gold, and I think I'll actually be able to finish it today. So I'm just going to focus on this. I have to still edit the vlog, like start editing it, so I have all that content, and I have to eat dinner. And oh my god, I just had poutine for the first time in like probably like 2 years. It's probably no, it definitely isn't 2 years. In a long time. It feels like a long time. It's like the most satisfying thing ever. It's so good. It was like actual cheese curds, not like this shredded cheese lie game. But while I was at the library, like I said, I picked up a bunch of books. The first one I picked up was The Night Garden by Polly Horvath. I can't tell because they put the freaking barcode on top of it. This is where the father of these two children are away at war, is on a military base in Vancouver-ish area or somewhere in Canada during World War II. And the mom thinks the dad is doing something wrong or something, so she drops the kids off at the neighbors and some creepy, mysterious stuff starts happening. It's a middle grade book. It's not super long, but I've heard like really good things about it. Not tons. Not a lot of people actually having read it, but the people who have read it are saying really, really good things. So I'm really excited about this. My copy of The Daughter of Sherlock Holmes finally showed up by Leonard Goldberg. I've been on hold for this book for I want to say I put this hold on in like the summer. I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels like it's been a long time. I thought it was going to be bigger actually too. It's not a big book. I just know that it's like a Victorian-ish era kind of mystery. That's all I know, and that's kind of all I like knowing going into things that are Sherlock Holmes related. I finally, after like forever, picked up Shimmer and Burn. I don't know if I'm going to love this book. The cover is what's throwing me. I don't like covers with people on them. I feel like someone is lying to me that this book is going to end up being like really bad. But this book is recommended to me like every time I look at the read-alikes list for a book that I enjoy. It's always there. So I'm finally going to give it a go. If it's good and I like it, hopefully I can pick up a copy off of Book Outlet because there are some copies of this title on there. So yeah, I know nothing of this book. I just got so annoyed with seeing it there and not knowing if I liked it or not that I need to try it. I also picked up a children's book. I don't care how old you are. Sometimes children's books are just interesting. So I picked up Shadow Warrior it's written by Tanya Lloyd Key and illustrated by Celia Crampian. I don't know tons about this book. It's just been mentioned a lot in like the school library journal magazine that comes around and the library journal magazines. And I mean, like, I wasn't totally sure if it was like a juvenile, middle grade, or like what end of children's it was, but it's definitely like on the lower end just based on the size. But it's based on the true story of Fearless Ninja and her network of female spies in Japan. So I'm just, I'm just so interested. I find like Japan's culture specifically I always seem to end up enjoying everything I read set in that place, and it doesn't matter what century, apparently. I just always enjoy it. So I think I'm actually going to read this one tonight after I finish doing my editing and The Rebels of Gold, and because I think it's only like 20... No, sorry, I lied. It's 60 pages front and back. So, and the last book that I picked up is The List by Patricia Ford. I just randomly heard about this book in a webinar I think that I had 2 weeks ago or so. It's essentially like a comment. It's a middle grade book, but it's a comment on censorship where like there are a very limited amount of words, and then the government I think starts trying to tax words or something like that. I've just heard fantastic things about it from the people that I have heard about it. It's gotten like a winner of the White Raven Award and shortlisted for the Book of the Year from the Children's Book Ireland. So I'm so curious about this, and the cover is beautiful, so if I end up liking it, I want to buy a copy of it. I'll have to see if it ever ends up on Book Outlet, but I don't know if I have the patience, depending on how much I like it, for it to show up, because this topic is just something that I always find so interesting and so enjoyable, and always interesting reading about censorship of words. It's just, so my evening is going to be spent finishing The Rebels of Gold, reading Shadow Warrior, eating my tacos because it is Taco Thursday at one of the taco places in my town, and they're so good. And maybe, depending on how much time I have, maybe watch some TV. But that's my Thursday. I hope you had a really good one. Hey everyone, happy Friday, TGIF. Oh, thank God. It's been such a long week. It's been a good week though. I had a really good day today. So this morning while I was like getting ready for work and everything, I started reading The Kiss of Deception. I don't know, I just felt like picking it up. So I've been listening to the audiobook and following along with that, and I got to page like 112 or so far. Yeah, I think like 112 or so. I was originally going to come home and start reading Heretics Anonymous, but I got home and realized I left the tablet that I normally read in my office at work. So I'm just going to keep working on The Kiss of Deception until I have to go to the gym, and then I'm going to go to the gym a little bit earlier, or leave for the gym a little bit earlier, and then go pick my tablet up again. And then after the gym, when I come home and shower and everything, I'm going to start reading Heretics Anonymous. It's Friday, and I'll stay up however long I need to or want to start reading that. I'm just so excited. I also during the day got some wonderful emails, so I got approved for the arc of My Plain Jane, the Blade and the Bird, I think it's called, Onyx or Ivory and Onyx. I'm really curious about that one. And then the Queen of Sorrows as well. So it was a really good day that way. And I have finally had a chance to sit down and like schedule out all the arcs and everything so I can get them done. I should be able to get them all done before the release. Well, before the releases, I think. So I'm really happy about that. And then right before I was leaving work at the end of the day, my coworker gave me this, so I ordered this through my work because it's like a couple dollars cheaper. Markswoman by Radi Mehrotra. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but I honestly I don't remember anything about the summary. I remember reading it when I saw the catalog in the office and being like, oh, that sounds cool. And then she's a Canadian author too, so I was like, I'm gonna give this a go. But I honestly, for the life of me, don't remember what it was. But I'll link everything that I hold in the description box. And yeah, so that's my Friday. I hope you're having a good one. Go sure.